After resurrecting their interest for Enzo Fernandes yesterday, that is Chelsea, the deal is really close after telling Benfica that we are willing to pay 120 million euros. That's what we call triggering the buy clause or the buyout clause for the player Enzo Fernandes. And welcome to Rokani Media Football. There has been a shocker of a transfer that we never saw coming. Cancelo is now a Bayern Munich player, and Man City are really willing to lose him even in the summer if at all Bayern Munich can pay 70 million euros. It shows you what a hard time he has been having at Man City, and maybe even the coach known as Pep Guardiola doesn't want to have players who have shown that they can go ahead and disintegrate his dressing room. And lastly, Mohamed Salah is really one of those players to talk about today at Liverpool as far as this transfer window is concerned. Not Mohamed Salah, it's N'Golo Kante. Liverpool is eyeing N'Golo Kante, and they are willing to really give him a long-term contract, a huge deal in the summer. Remember, N'Golo Kante has his contract running down in the summer of 2023. So, welcome to this channel. Rokani David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. Let's start off with the shocker that really came in today of Cancelo. It's David Austin that broke the story that the player is moving to Bayern Munich. It was really a shocker, but obviously Fabrizio Romano told us that Bayern Munich have completed the agreement to sign Cancelo. Here we go. Deal set to be completed on loan plus 70 million euros by option clause. Cancelo told Pep Guardiola that he wanted to leave. Medical tests later tonight. So it shows you that Cancelo, one of the best right backs and left backs in the Premier League, has really left, and it has been a very intense situation between him and Pep Guardiola, because Pep Guardiola has not been picking him because there is a new right back at Man City that has gone ahead to come in here and really show us the effort that is really good. That is Lewis, 18 years of age. I think Pep Guardiola now knows that they have a lot of things to do more with Lewis than Cancelo, because Lewis is 18 years of age. He's not earning a very huge salary, and obviously Cancelo at the age of 25-26, if Man City find a team to take him, they can get 70 million euros from the deal, and that buy option clause included into the deal shows you that Pep Guardiola doesn't want to see Cancelo at the club of Man City. That is what we call exposure of total control of power at the club. I believe there are certain teams, if I know they are having Cancelo and the manager told them that Cancelo should leave, I think the board would have said no, he's going nowhere. But because Pep Guardiola and the board of Man City are really in song, that has put them into the flip of a switch, and obviously the man known as Cancelo has gone ahead to join Bayern Munich. Now, Fabrizio told us that Cancelo was desperate to leave Manchester City and immediately accepted Bayern Munich's offer. Bayern acted fast due to Mazraoui's injury and Pavard's potential departure. Then we've been told that a Spanish club made an approach, but Bayern were really fast and immediately reached an agreement. So, Pavard is a right back that has been playing for Bayern Munich, but the coming in of Mazraoui from Ajax when free in the summer really narrowed his chances to play under the Bayern Munich right back position. So when they saw that Mazraoui has gotten an injury, they never trusted Pavard, and they said, all right, let's take a player out of another club known as Cancelo to come in and play. Obviously, if you put Pavard and Cancelo on the same weighing scale, Cancelo is better than Pavard. But I believe Bayern just did this because they saw an opening, and maybe the agent told Nagelsmann, the manager of Bayern, that please, there is a player available, are you willing to take him? And I think they used that opportunity, and they said, if at all is coming in through, let's let a player known as Pavard join Barcelona, and anytime from now that is going to happen. But Fabrizio has told us that the player was desperate to leave. Let's go in and really see what really led to the desperacy of a player called Cancelo to leave Manchester City. This happened on Thursday on the training ground, and obviously this led to his departure from Man City to a side called Bayern Munich. Now, we've been told by Mike Keegan, sports news correspondent for the Agenda and the Mail Sports, plus Jan Gogwan, Northern football reporter for the Daily Mail. They've told us that Joao Cancelo to leave Man City following training ground bust up with Pep Guardiola. Player reacted angrily when learned he wasn't in starting 11 versus Arsenal. Threatened to leave and told he could go. So, Pep Guardiola came out and really reiterated his words on the departure of Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus, that if a player tells him that he wants to go away from Man City, he'll never hesitate. He'll obviously give him green light to leave, because he believes that it's not good to keep a player in your dressing room who wants to go. That will cause loads and loads and loads and loads of problems if at all you keep players like those. So there was a bust up at the training ground between Cancelo and Guardiola after Guardiola told him that tomorrow against Arsenal you are not going to start, and that really brought into this. And obviously the player is now out of reach of Man City, and they've told him please leave, because we've gone ahead to respect your request and you have no position at Man City. That's why Man City has gone ahead to put a buy clause that is not mandatory in the deal of him moving to Bayern Munich. But I believe with what Cancelo is going to put out on the field of play, it's going to find Bayern Munich cough that amount of money to a side known as Man City, because Cancelo is really a very, very good player. Now, after that, let's talk about Enzo Fernandes. Chelsea made their first attempt till the mid of January, and they really pulled out this time round. They've come back after getting the deal of Mykhailo Mudryk done. Now, Jacobs Ben has told us that Chelsea continue to push for Enzo Fernandes and have tabled a 120 million offer. Although Rui Costa, the president of Benfica, will have final say, there is pressure from both Fernandes and some Benfica board members to accept. So, I believe it will be really ridiculous for Benfica not to accept this bid. 120 million euros to play. You bought less than 30 million euros from River Plate Argentina in the summer. 6 months in, you are making a profit of close to 90 million euros. Why don't you let him go? But the problem is the type of transfer or the type of payment structure that Chelsea is tabling. The president is telling Chelsea, get me all that money. I want it. I don't want to be paid in bits. I want that money. So Enzo Fernandes is really on his way to a side known as Chelsea. And trust me, this deal is going to materialize in the next 2 or 3 hours, because it looks like Chelsea are really not calling for a no from Benfica. They want to do anything possible in their reach to get this deal done and dusted. Now, David Austin has told us that Chelsea talks for Enzo Fernandes have advanced, dialogue ongoing since rejection, and now revamping up in search of a deal. Chelsea will go high if Benfica payment terms right, plus to avoid summer battle, no other players currently involved. Now, there was a rumor that Chelsea had made a first offer that was denied, making an offer of 90 million euros of upfront fee, putting on close to 3 players to go ahead and really play for Benfica. Benfica said, no, we have more players here, and you've already brought in the replacement for Enzo Fernandes, so you cannot really come up and really bully us onto that option of giving us 3 more players. What we want is 120 million euros. Then Chelsea said, all right, we've put the money there. We have the money that you want. Now, give us the player. Now, the structure is really the problem. And Chelsea are really offering 120 million euros for the player, because they know that in the summer, they might not be in the Champions League. And Enzo Fernandes will fancy to go out and play for the team that is playing the Champions League in the summer. Barcelona eyeing him, Manchester United, Liverpool, and very many others. Meaning that it will be hard for them to win that battle, because the buyout clause will be not 120 million euros. It will be close to 80 million euros. So Chelsea want to get this player as soon as possible, because they know he's young, 21. I believe this was the transfer that Chelsea would have done first before doing any other transfers, because they need a midfielder, a CDM, to sit in front of their back 3 or back 4 to really protect it very well, and obviously initiate runs with quality and playing that ball with quality from the deeper positions of midfield, hence connecting the midfield to the attack. So I believe that is really going to be a very good signing. I believe it's going to be their signing of the summer. That might turn their season round to come out and tussle it out for the top 4 positions of the league. Now, just minutes later, just like 5 minutes back, Austin has told us that Chelsea have submitted offer worth 120 million euros for Enzo Fernandes. Chelsea insisting on getting deal done. No outcome yet, but 22-year-old Argentine international top midfielder target. All window talks never stopped. Plus focus is now to avoid the summer fight. That means David Austin. So Enzo Fernandes to Chelsea. I think it's one of those deals that you should keep an eye to. It's going to happen. It's going to happen as Arsenal tussle it for Moise Caicedo. Chelsea are really going in for Enzo Fernandes because it's what the manager really wants to make as a player to improve his midfield area at Chelsea. And trust me, Graham Potter is building really a very good squad, and this money that's really coming in through and flowing in from Chelsea is really ridiculous. But one will ask himself, where are Chelsea getting this money? Chelsea bought this club. The Chelsea club was bought on a consortium from America led by Todd Boehly. Now, they are told by the Premier League that they should invest 1.5 billion pounds in buying players. As we speak right now, Chelsea, if they land that Enzo Fernandes deal, they would have spent close to 500 million pounds, meaning that they'll be having £1 billion to spend. So they still have money to spend. That is Chelsea. So don't think that they're even done. They might even go for another player on the deadline day and really get him done and dusted. Remember, in this winter transfer window, they've brought in Fofana, Santos, Madueke, Modric, Yao Felix, Badishil, Malo Gusto, and now Enzo Fernandes is going to be the 8th player they've signed. Remember, in the summer they signed 6 players. Now they've brought in 8, and I think they're now going to be working on to getting these players out of the team known as Chelsea. Now let's go to another team known as Liverpool. Liverpool are really having problems at central defensive midfield, with Budget coming in through an 18-year-old coming in to play a role of Fabinho, who looks like he is really off the grip. I don't know what's wrong with him. Has he fallen out with the manager? Because most of these games, it's Budget starting in the central defensive midfield role. Now, it's said by elnational.cat that Liverpool want to sign N'Golo Kante on a free transfer when his contract with Chelsea expires in the summer, with Klopp believing that the midfielder is still a world-class star who would fit the club perfectly. I believe that N'Golo Kante fits any midfield of any top team in the league, whether in Spain, France, Italy, Germany, name it. And he's world-class. No one doubts that. Kante is a world-class player. But the big question is, do you think he's going to stop being injured? He's an injury-prone player. This season, he has only played like 6-5 games for Chelsea. When he's there for Chelsea, Chelsea's a better team. He protects the back four and gives them a better drive in transition as they approach the final third of the pitch. But this time round, that player that Liverpool are really eyeing at is really a risky player. They are really risking themselves. Don't they have money to sign in players? That's the big question, because they're going in for Jude Bellingham, and Bellingham is a player that is really highly expensive, 130 million euros. Will they be able to pay that amount of money? A question for another day. But I don't believe that you can go in and really bring in N'Golo Kante. Yet, even right now, the problems that are really making Liverpool suffer are injuries. You know that very well. They are having Virgil van Dijk injured, Jota, Darwin Núñez is back, Firmino, Luis Diaz. They're having close to 6-5 injuries from critical areas of the pitch, and obviously they found themselves in a position of not being able to really get onto the speed they were on last season because of those injuries. Now, if at all injuries have proven to be a hindrance to your good performances or achievements in the season, then why do you go in for another injury-prone player? I believe a player who is 32 years of age coming at Liverpool right now to fix a central defensive midfield position, I don't believe is the perfect player. If he wasn't an injury-prone player and he was like Casemiro, I would have said, all right, they are getting in a perfect player. But right now, I believe it's not the perfect signing, and Jurgen Klopp would have really blown it over and out if at all he gets in N'Golo Kante. at Liverpool. Thank you guys for watching in through Rokani. David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be. So smash the black button that has where the subscriber, smashing it in the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload the video onto this channel. Rokani David remains my name. A sign out for now. See you later. Your reactions to Enzo Fernandes to Chelsea very close. Here we go. Yao Cancelo to Bayern Munich. Your thoughts about it? Do you think Man City have been left with a huge vacuum for his departure? And lastly, would you take N'Golo Kante to Liverpool? Rokani David is my name. Bye bye for now. We'll return with the Casido circus happening in between the London-based team Arsenal and Brighton Albion. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. We out.